If you clicked on this video, it's obvious you want to learn how to rebuild heads the professional way. And as you can see in this clip, somebody had done a ham-fisted attempt to rebuild these heads doing the old valve lapping trick, which can work sometimes. But as you can see, when I CC them, the fluid is leaking by in the intake manifold. And obviously, that's if it was on the engine, it'd be losing compression. So what I'm going to do is rebuild them correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's get in there. Let's get to work. I just use a C-clamp. If you've got access to somebody who can tack with a little pipe on. You're going to need to get some telescopic gauges and a micrometer. It's just kind of a necessity. This one had one that was out of spec, so we're going to press in a new guide. Heat it up, and it goes in real easy. You can come up with alternative methods of pressing it in like I did. I've got the tool. I just wanted to show y'all how you can come up with something. After you press in the new valve guide, you're going to have to ream it out. And so depending on what head you're working on, you got to order the appropriate reamer for it. So first thing you do, you ream it out and you run it through both sides. Then you're going to go ahead and use a small flex hone, and you're going to hone it out to its final size, which will be whatever. Like this one was 1/1000th above the valve stem, so that's what I reamed it out. And you want to make sure that when you're going in and out, you're trying to get a 60-degree crosshatch pattern, roughly. You can use cutters or stones. I just prefer the carbide cutter. That's what Harley trained me to use. You'll use a 46-degree cutting angle for the actual seat itself. And of course, right here, you see the 31 degree. Now that's going to be to be able to lower where the contact point is from the top of the seat, to put it to the 2/3 across the valve face. And then right here, this is the 60 degree. Now that one's going to be used on the bottom of the seat to work the valve face to that 2/3 and that 1/16 diameter on the valve seat. You've got to set these cutters correctly so they're not cutting into the combustion chamber itself. You're cutting where the seat, where the valve is going to be. Somebody who recut these heads did not realize that, and you can see they was steadily making adjustments until they got to the correct distance to cut the 46-degree valve seat. Now you're going to make sure that you use the correct size arbor that the cutter rides on, that you saw me set that on, and it's going to be a very tight fit in that guide. I'll begin using the 60 degree and the 31 degree to work the seat up or down on the valve face. Now before I even check protrusion, I'm going to clean up the valve on a valve grinder. If you don't have access to that, you might want to just go ahead and buy a new one, or if you know a machine shop, they'll probably do these for 10 bucks and next to nothing. It really doesn't need to be less than 40 thousandths to 60 thousandths, something like that, or you're going to end up with it too thin on the edge. After all the cutting and the valve work, you check valve stem protrusion. You're going to mark it with a magic marker just like that in a few places, 4 to 3 places, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to see what the contact patch is. You're trying to see if you've got 360 degree contact. It's clean, uninterrupted. Now, as you can see, there is nothing to that. I mean, head work It's kind of like, people view it kind of like transmission work, like it's some kind of wizardry going on, but in reality, it's easier. Both of them are easier than doing the bottom end of a motorcycle. Now, I can tell you that unless you're doing it professionally, the more expensive tools that, like I used in the video, you don't have to have. You can get stone cutters fairly cheap off of Amazon. The press, you don't need one as big as mine. You can simply buy one at Harbor Freight for around $60. It's big enough to do a lot of stuff for a motorcycle. But the key thing to remember is that contact patch on that valve, okay? And you want it to be really no more than 60 thousandths wide, and it needs to be 2/3 of the way down the valve face. And so if you need to raise it, which means toward the stem, or lower it towards the edge of the valve, you're going to, just like I showed you in the video, you're going to use your 60 degree or your 31 degree cutter. And I mean, there's not a lot to it. So don't be afraid to tackle it. And if you want to go ahead and buy the more expensive tools because you're going to be doing it on a more daily basis, you should do it. But I'm going to end here. I couldn't find it. Drink me a cold beer. I'll see y'all next one.